What's up, rock stars? It's the kid JW, and welcome back to another episode here of the JW Show. Diving on into this week's episode here is the fact that we're talking about long distance relationships. And I'm bringing that up because let's face it, sometimes you're in a relationship where you're apart. Now, let's back up for a second. When I say long distance, I mean anything more than a 2 hour drive. Okay. Like if you live on the other side, for us folks in Michigan, if you live like Muskegon, Traverse City, um, Benton Harbor, that's long distance. Bay City, Saginaw, that's long distance. If you live in Chicago, that's long distance as well too. That's long distance. All right. So that's what I count long distance. Anything more than like a 2 hour drive. Okay. Um, So I'm going to dive in and say, hey, what do you guys think? Are you guys long distance kind of folks? If not, we go dive in. The reality of it is you got to have a lot of trust when you're dealing with somebody in a long distance relationship. And I say that because so many times people get in these long distance relationships, and let's face it, things happen. You might, be living, let's say, for example, your significant other lives in, let's say, 3 hours away, and you're in one of those situations where, hey, you may want to see them a lot, you may want to go out sometime, but you can't because they live 3 hours away, and it's trying to coordinate all that is a pain. So you end up actually hanging out with other people, and sometimes your relationship kind of starts to crumble. And I can say that from experience because I've been in a long distance relationship and it didn't work out. If you watch the video on Worlds Collide, cheating, what led you to cheating? I said in that video, on that episode over there, opportunity. So when you're in a long distance relationship, a lot of times opportunities may come up and present themselves. But that's why I say you gotta lean on your trust. You gotta lean on overall, you just gotta lean on, do you really see yourself being with that person? Are you in a situation where, hey, you were dating them, you got in a relationship with them, they lived in your city, and then like a year after y'all been together, they moved to another city or state because of their job? Or are you guys just in the dating talking stage and they move and you're like, oh, I don't know. So if you're in a situation where you've been in a relationship for a year and a half, 2 or 3 or 4, your boyfriend, girlfriend been together for like 5, 6, whatever amount of years, and your partner ends up going and saying, hey, I got this job opportunity out here in KC, I know it's a little bit far and it's definitely out of state. How can we handle this? And you guys got a solid foundation. Like you guys make sure to see each other at least once a month. And I say at least once a month. Well, at least once every 2 months, for that matter, because hey, we understand flights is expensive. Okay. You can fly Southwest, but flights are still expensive. But if you bring that to your partner and say, hey, this is what the opportunity is, this is how it is, what can we do? And you have that strong foundation, yeah, by all means, try the long distance route. See if you guys can, still maintain that relationship and get what you guys want at the end of the day. Now, if you guys are in that talking stage, dating, talking stage, that exclusive period, or even been together for like a year or two, you gotta, unfortunately, I would say, it depends. I know me personally, I would cut ties. Okay. At that point, you come to me saying, hey, I got this new job opportunity over here in Chicago. It just came up, how can we do this? And if I know we've been together for like a year or two, I'm going to probably cut ties. I may or may not. It just all depends on the relationship because every relationship is different. Every person is different, but it's going to be a case by case. But I know me, I like to be with my partner all the time. Weekends, weekdays, call, talk, swing by the crib, whatever. If you live in Chicago, you ain't got that luxury. You just can't hop in the whip and drive to Chicago. I mean, you can, but let's just be realistic. It doesn't make sense. So you can do that, but at some point, your partner may go out and step out and cheat. You may step out and cheat because of opportunity and whatnot. So it all depends on what your relationship is. What does it entail? How is the trust in your relationship? How is that foundation in the relationship? How is the communication in the relationship? Because when you're in a long distance relationship, you don't have time for games. You don't have time for, I'm gonna be blunt. You don't have time for the half-ass communication. You don't have time for the half-ass, intentions. It's either you in this or you not. So that's why I say the reality of a long distance relationship is you gotta be 100% committed to that person. You gotta be upfront and let them know, hey, this is what my plans are. This is what the situation is. How can we work on this together? Because at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, you're a team. You can't go off and think about what you want to do and focus on what you want while you're in a relationship. And then your partner can't focus on what they want and what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, you're a team. You got to come together and figure out things together to make it work. That's how a long distance relationship can work. And the lack of can make a long distance relationship not work. All right. Now, what are your guys' thoughts? Like I said before at the top of the show, what are your guys' thoughts on long distance relationships? Are you the kind of person that's, okay with a long distance? You'll make time, you'll make the flights, you'll make the drives. Or are you the kind of person that, hey, you like your person local? You like to be able to call them up, stop by their crib for a quick little bit of action, or hey, just be with them all the time. What are your thoughts on long distance relationships? Drop them in the comment section below, and be sure to like and subscribe to this video as well. And of course, any ideas that you guys have for the show, drop them in the comments. Email the show as well too. You can email us at info@kickingitwithjw.com. That's right there as well. Until next time, later.